Welcome everyone. In this video we will be doing chapter 2, biodiversity of plants. Introduction. All plants are thought to have evolved from simple unicellular algae. Four major plant groups exist, namely division Bryophyta, there's Pteridophyta, there's Gymnosperma and Angiosperm. Right? Then we have the cladogram illustrating a relation between these divisions, right? Common ancestor. And then there's bryophyte, non-vascular land plants. Then vascular systems comes. Then we have seedless vascular plants. Then pollen and seeds. Then we have gymnosperms, pollen and naked seeds. Then we go to flowers and fruits, that we have angiosperms, flowers and fruits. Multicellular organisms made up of many cells. Eukaryotic, any single or multicellular group of organisms that have a membrane-bound nucleus containing genetic material. Autotrophic, organisms which can synthesize their own food, example green plants, algae, and some bacteria. There's a phylogenetic diagram or cladogram. I prefer going with cladogram, right? A diagram which shows evolutionary relation between organisms. There's thallus, plant body that is not differentiated into stem and leaves and lack true roots and a vascular system. Thalli are typical of algae, fungi, and some liverworts. Then we have rhizoids, filamentous outgrowth or root hair on the underside of thallus in some lower plants, especially moss and liverwort, serving both to anchor the plant and to conduct water. Gametophytes, a gamete producing generation. There's sporophyte, spore producing generation. There's sporangium, spore producing structure. Zygote, formed by the union of sperm cells and egg cells. There's haploids. Haploids is a term used when a cell has half the usual number of chromosomes. There's diploids, having two sets of chromosomes or double haploid number of chromosomes in germ cells. These four belong to kingdom Plantae. They have the following. They have these things in common. Multicellular. The eukaryotic cell walls are made of cellulose. Most are autotrophic and some have chloroplast for photosynthesis. A life cycle involving two generations, a diploid, spore-producing generation called sporophyte, and a haploid, gamete-producing generation called gametophyte, referred to as an alternation of generation. Then we have characteristics used to place a plant into. The four groups depend on presence or absence of true conducting tissues such as xylem and phloem, presence or absence of true roots, stems and leaves, type of reproduction and reproductive structure formed, and the degree of dependence on water for reproduction. These are the videos. These are now the link to watch videos. Division by Bryophyta or Bryophytes are most primitive terrestrial plants. The division Bryophyta includes moss, liverworts, and hornworts. Mosses are commonly found in damp, shady areas. Now, if you have JoJo tanks, those water tanks that you have in the yard outside, and you see around there's gonna be green, like moss thing, like similar to this, right? And it's very soft. It feels almost like a rug, honestly. Um, Characteristics are mosses are generally small. They do not have true root stems or leaves. For this reason, plant body is referred to as a thallus. Water can be absorbed directly through the leaves because there is not a waxy cuticle covering the leaf. The leaves are not true leaves and often referred to as leaflets. The size of moss is limited because they do not have any conducting tissues, no xylem or phloem. Rhizoids at the base of the plant are responsible for anchoring the plant to substrate. Bryophytes can produce either sexually or asexually. Gamophytes generation is a dominant generation and consists of green leafy plants capable of photosynthesis. No fruits or seeds produced. Then we have the pteridophytes. This includes ferns. There's approximately 12,000 different species of ferns. Not furnace, ferns, sorry, my bad. They range in size from tiny plants of only 1 centimeter in height to tree ferns, which can grow up to 25 meters in height. Most ferns require a warm, damp, and shady habitat. Then we have frond, a leaf of a fern usually with many divisions. Rhizomes, a stem which grows horizontally. There's adventitious roots which rise at the nodes of stems. There's sori, a cluster of sporangia found on the underside of the fern leaves. Characteristics. Wait here. See, these are sori on the undersides of underside of the ferns. I have this in my garden. It actually feels weird. Honestly, for me, it feels weird. Ferns have, we go to characteristics now. Ferns have true leaves, roots, and stems. Fern leaves are covered by a waxy cuticle to prevent excessive loss of water. Leaves are often divided into smaller leaflets. A leaf which is divided in smaller leaflets is called compound leaf. Leaf which is divided in smaller leaflets is called compound leaves. Fern leaves are referred to as fronds. Let's highlight this. Right. The presence of vascular tissue allows ferns to grow tall than moss. Um, they have both xylem and phloem, which transport water and photosynthetic products, respectively. Stems of most ferns grow horizontally and are called rhizomes. The rhizomes are usually protected by brown scale-like leaves. Adventitious roots grow from the nodes of horizontal stems. These are true roots because they have xylem and phloem and absorb water from plants. The roots also anchor plants in soil. Ferns reproduce both sexually and asexually. Dominant generation in ferns is a sporophyte generation. Spores are produced in sporangia arranged in sori under a leaf. No fruits or seeds are produced. This is an example of sori on the underside of a fern. On the underside of a fern frond. Right. Next video we will be covering gymnosperm and angiosperm. See ya.